All right, let's jump right in. So we've all gotten pretty used to AI as a tool, right? You know, like a smart assistant that kind of just waits for us to tell it what to do. But what if the next big wave of AI wasn't just a tool, but an actual teammate? One that doesn't just wait for instructions, but actually takes the lead to get things done. Well, that's agentic AI, and it is poised to change pretty much everything.
And when I say change everything, I am not kidding. We're not just talking about some cool new gadget here. The projections show that AI agents could unlock a staggering $450 billion in economic value by 2028. That's through a mix of cost savings and brand new revenue. This isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. It's a massive economic shift that's happening right under our noses. And this quote from Neeraj Parihar at Capgemini just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly frames this new reality. The whole conversation is shifting. We're moving away from this idea of human versus machine and into a new era of human and machine. The real goal isn't replacement, it's all about collaboration. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. What exactly makes these new AI teammates so different from the AI that we already know and use every day? Let's break it down.
Think of it like this. The AI we've been using up to now is kind of like a hammer. You pick it up, you use it for a very specific job, and then you put it down. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is more like having a super talented apprentice who can manage an entire project from beginning to end. We're talking about a huge leap from just having discrete tools to having truly integrated team members.
Okay, so here's the more formal definition, but the one word you really need to remember is autonomously. See, an AI agent is a program that can actually understand its environment, make its own decisions, and then take action to hit a goal. It's not just following a rigid script, it's actively problem-solving all on its own.
And to really get a feel for this difference, let's put these new agents head-to-head with the AI assistants we're all so familiar with.
This is where it gets really clear. On the right, you've got the AI we all know, like ChatGPT. It's reactive. It needs us to give it a prompt, and it handles one task at a time. But on the left, well, that's the game changer. AI agents are proactive. They have a high degree of autonomy. They manage entire processes from start to finish, and they're constantly learning from the outcomes. It's the difference between asking for a recipe versus having a chef who plans the menu, buys the groceries, and cooks the entire meal for you.
So how does all this work? Well, it's not magic. It's really a process. First, a person gives the agent a high-level goal, something like, hey, plan our team's upcoming trip to that conference. Then, the agent uses its reasoning abilities to create a detailed plan. From there, it can actually use tools like booking websites, calendars, expense software to execute that plan. And then, crucially, it learns from the result to do an even better job next time. Okay, so the potential is obviously huge, and the technology is incredibly powerful. But, and this is a big but, here's where the story takes a really fascinating, unexpected twist. We are smack in the middle of what we can call the great trust paradox. I mean, just look at this chart. Adoption is absolutely exploding. We saw a 4 times jump in generative AI deployments last year, and now AI agent deployments are set to skyrocket by 3.5 times in the next year alone. Businesses are literally racing to bring these new teammates into the fold. With numbers like that, it seems like a done deal, right? Like every company out there is ready to jump in with both feet, full steam ahead. Well, not exactly. Because at the very same moment that adoption is taking off like a rocket, something else is happening. Trust in this very same technology is actually plummet.
And get this number, because it's a shocker. Only 27% of organizations say they trust fully autonomous AI agents today. Now, just 1 year ago, that number was 43%. That is a free fall in confidence. It's created this huge gap between the rush to buy the tech and the actual willingness to rely on it. So what on earth is going on here?
Well, the answer really boils down to 2 things: a deep sense of organizational unreadiness and some very, very real human anxiety. And the data tells the whole story. While companies are buying this tech, they just aren't prepared for it. Check this out. Over 80% don't even have the right AI infrastructure in place. A tiny 16% have a clear strategy, and then you've got the human side of things, where 61% of employees are feeling more and more anxious about what this means for their jobs. You just can't build trust on a foundation that's shaky. And this chart really says it all. For all the hype about fully autonomous AI, just look at what companies are actually expecting to happen. By 2028, they think that a full 75% of processes that use AI agents will still have low autonomy, meaning a human is heavily involved.
Only a quarter are expected to be semi or fully autonomous. The ambition is there, but it's being hit with a major reality check. So, where do we go from here? How do we solve this paradox? How do we close that massive gap between the potential of this technology and our trust in it? Well, the solution isn't just about building better tech. It's about building a much, much better partnership. The answer is not about letting the AI run wild and just hoping for the best. No way. Success is all about carefully and securely weaving together the incredible capabilities of AI agents with the essential oversight, judgment, and gut feelings that, right now, only humans can provide. And Dr. Walter Sun from SAP just says it perfectly. He says trust is a major hurdle. You simply cannot get to that promised land of autonomy without building confidence first. This isn't just a technical problem you can solve with more code. It's a fundamentally human and organizational challenge. And the good news is, there is a clear path forward. It means redesigning our work from the ground up to be collaborative. It means we've got to focus on transforming our workforce with new skills, not replacing it. It requires finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance between an agent's autonomy and human involvement. And maybe most important of all, it means building systems that are traceable and explainable, because you can't trust a black box. So in the end, we're left with this one big question. The technology for these powerful AI agents, it's already here. But whether they become our greatest partners or a source of widespread anxiety, that's not going to be decided by the code. It's going to be decided by our ability to build, to earn, and to maintain one simple, powerful thing: trust.